We're here to escort Adina Bas Nachum, Diane, the daughter of Nathan, to her final reward. In our religion, we see a special relevance to the time somebody passes and the weekly Torah readings that we do every once a year. We finish the entire 5 books of Moses, the Torah, and when somebody, whatever week one passes on, we look into the Torah and try to find the relevance and the connection to the timing. And last Saturday, we read Parshat Shmini, which talks about an untimely death and the pain those left behind had to endure. We were told Aaron, who was the spokesman for Moses to kings and pharaohs, the greatest speaker in the world, was speechless. He lost 2 sons, and all he could do was just stand silently. Sometimes he can't even form words. Sometimes, emotions don't always fit into words and thoughts. Now, on the other hand, this upcoming parsha has a little bit more of an upbeat beginning. It talks about birth and life, and so of course there's the cycle of life and death is one of the lessons kind of built into this. But also, when somebody leaves us, there's kind of a new rebirth of sorts, because when we lose somebody, we all of a sudden can appreciate in a different way and embody the legacy and values of the person we lost. So just like the soul is eternal in our religion. Our bodies are mortal and we only last for a certain amount of time, but the souls are eternal, and those values are our soul is our values. There's a blessing that we say in a cemetery, which I'm going to say, and I think I always like to do this because it puts everything in a perspective that's important, I think. I'm going to read it in Hebrew, then English. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher yatzar eschem badin, v'zon v'chilkel eschem badin, v'hemis eschem badin, v'yodea mispar kulchem badin, v'u'asad l'hachiyoschem l'kayim eschem badin, Baruch atah Adonai mechayei hamesim. Say, blessed is God, King of the universe, who gives us a life with a purpose. And our entire life, God nourishes and sustains us with that purpose. And when it's time for us to leave this world, there's also a reason. God said we've accomplished the task that we're here to do, and now it's time for us to get the reward that we've earned. And God knows the sum total of how long our lives are going to be and what our purpose is. And God will restore and resuscitate us with a purpose. Blessed is God who resuscitates the dead. So, and the idea is that the body is temporary, as we know, but the soul isn't. Is a spark of godliness, and the soul is eternal, and the soul. So when we say goodbye to somebody, we're saying goodbye to their body, but not to their soul. And that's the reason that we have a mourning process, and we say prayers, is because it's like somebody's moving to a better place, as the expression goes. She's in a better place. But at the same time, our place is not better when we lose our loved ones, but she's in a better place, and but she's gone, but not forgotten in that way. Now, Diane lived her life to the fullest. And I just enjoyed hearing about her different endeavors in life. I've done a lot of funerals. I think it's the first time the expression water ski instructor ever came up. But she worked in restaurants. She owned a restaurant. She did addictions counseling, and it sounds like she was always pursuing new interests, new passions, and she had a way of just kind of stepping up to the plate and being able to find new life in every stage of life. And so she had a life full of life. As a loving mother and grandmother who was much more than the title connote. Very close with Spencer and Jordan, Victoria, Shana, and Layla, and in her retirement years, she really launched into full service, opening her home and her heart to her grandchildren. And if she goes to her final rest, she truly earns some R&R. Her other legacy is her two wonderful sons that she leaves behind. Mark, besides the life-saving work he does, I discovered that he's been very instrumental to the our broader community, helping Hatzalah and all kinds of different projects that really lives are saved every day and every hour. Dave and I work at the Ark, and hardly a day passes that Hatzalah is not there saving somebody's life. And I understand Mark's been very helpful to them and instrumental in them getting up and being able to serve our community. And I'm privileged to work with Dave for a number of years. And Dave, besides the amazing things he does for the Ark and the Jewish community every day, I'll tell you a secret that it's a little stressful sometimes to work in the Ark, and we deal with a lot of painful, difficult issues. And the only thing that gets me through the day is my brother in arms is Dave. The little bit of kibitzing in the hall, and is like that. I'd be an alcoholic if it wasn't for Dave. But he's that little shot of Valium I need in a day, and. Everybody loves him there. I feel like he's like a brother in arms to me. So, I share this loss, and hopefully we can be there for you the way you've been there for us in all thousands of different ways. So, I'm just in closing. Dina Bas Nochem, Diane, you have a lot to be proud of. In heaven, the currency is not how big your bank account was, or who your big shot friends were in City Hall. In heaven, your currency is your children, your grandchildren, and she left behind two wonderful sons that make the world a better place and serve their communities. And so I have no question that she's going to get a beautiful, well-deserved reward, and she'll continue to look after her family from up above. Hey, nafshu tzor b'tzor chaim, her soul should be bound up in the everlasting bond of life. I don't know if anybody else wanted to say something. I don't know if anybody else wanted to share a word or two, or else. Sort of like the Torah, it's sometimes hard to find words and put things into words at a tough time like this. Okay, so now we'll lower the casket. I'm gonna ask Mark and Dave to stand up.
Ladies and gentlemen, a couple of moments once the cemetery workers have removed their equipment, it's customary to place a couple of measures of earth into the grave. Due to COVID, we ask for those that are using shovels to please wear a pair of gloves while you're shoveling.
You can. You can push a little bit. Yeah.
The custom of shoveling a little bit of earth, it's kind of our last act of kindness that we can do for Diane. And you know, I always look at it like we're tucking her, like the same way Mom tucked us in, you know, in bed for a good rest at night. So now this is our way of tucking her in for a good rest.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to gather back under the canopies for the concluding memorial prayers.
Try to, yeah.
This concludes the service here at the graveside. We ask for friends and extended family form an aisleway to my left over here, leading away from the grave as the immediate mourners walk through, and we offer them the traditional words of condolences. So if we could form an aisleway to my left over here, and then we'll have Mark and David and family walk through.